Good evening, everyone. It is 7:00 p.m., and I'd like to welcome everyone to the organization meeting of the Township of Abington Board of Commissioners this January 3rd, 2022. It is 7:00 p.m., so we are going to begin. Let me begin by calling this meeting to order. I'd like to ask the Honorable Judge Kessler to come to the podium. I'd also like to ask Ms. Henry and Ms. Vaughn to come to the podium as well. We're going to begin with the newly elected members being sworn, and once they're sworn, they'll return to their seats, and the other members of the board will remain at their seats, and the oath of office will be issued by the judge from this location.
Good evening, ladies. So, you just please repeat after me, and after I say, I, please state your name, okay? I.
Excuse me. First, Lori.
Oh, we're going to do them separately? Okay, I'm sorry. So we're going to do Lori first, then, right? You're Lori, right? You're Lori. I'm sorry. Okay, Lori. Okay, so repeat after me. I,
Lori Henry,
do swear
swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations. Now your turn. After I say I, state your name. I do swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity. Congratulations. Okay, so for the rest of you folks, the way we're going to do this is after I say I, we'll start off here with Commissioner Brodsky. You say your name, then you, Mr. DePlacido, and then et cetera, state your name, and then we'll go on to the rest of the oath, okay? So, Mr. Brodsky, you ready? I,
Hi, Michael Thompson.
I, Justin Carswell.
I, Matthew Vahey,
I, Lori Schreiber.
do swear
do swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
And that I will discharge the duties
of my office
of my
office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me? Can everyone?
We can hear you at home. I can hear you at home.
Thank you. Ms. Castorina, would you do the roll call, please?
Commissioners Hecker,
Here.
Brodsky,
Here.
Rothman,
Here.
DePlacido,
Here.
Vaughn, Thompson,
Here.
Weingrad,
Here.
Henry, Zappone,
Here.
Carswell,
Here.
Spiegelman,
Here.
Vahey,
Here.
Bowl,
Here.
Schreiber,
Here.
and Bowman.
Here.
Thank you. We'll now have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
Pledge allegiance
to the
to
flag
the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As this is a public meeting, we'll have public comments on agenda items only. We will begin with those who are participating with us this evening online. If you would, please announce, member of the public.
Ms. Lehman, your microphone is now unmuted.
This is Laura Lehman, and this, you have on the agenda the approval of the manager's employment agreement. No documents were posted. You haven't posted any documents. So I'm trying to understand how, first of all, we're paying and approving a manager's agreement who can never seem to get the documents posted on time and actually does not tell the truth about them being posted. When he didn't post the budget documents, he told me that was intentional. That meeting was only for the commissioners. And of course, that wasn't true. That meeting was an advertised meeting and was supposed to be the first budget meeting. Yet we had no documents. This is constant. And the number of things that this manager is responsible for that have been absolutely detrimental to the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of Abington Township is monumental. So I recommend that his contract not be reapproved and that you begin to look for another manager. I also don't believe that in this meeting you have the right to approve or not approve this contract. It was never posted for the public to see. And that document should be posted. His salary is close to $200,000, and he has actually set a situation where he is going to have a committee search for somebody who does what is the manager's job, keeping the township on mission and vision. Unbelievable. So we do need to have literally this meeting redone, and we need to have the manager's contract not be approved at this meeting, and I recommend that it not be approved at all. And I really would like to know how we cannot get answers to those kinds of questions, which are extremely important, right before a meeting. I got no answer to the email that I sent, which I should have had right away. So the absolute workings of this township are literally going against the people that they are supposed to be that are being served. Okay, and I also recommend that we not reappoint the township solicitor. The township solicitor has also done a great deal of damage and even has told untruths to both the court and in official documents. And we cannot have a solicitor like that in this township. The opinions that he offers are contrary to the health, safety, and welfare of Abington citizens. Please, let's find people who are working in our interest. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lehman. Ms. McIlvaine, is there anyone else joining us via webinar?
There are no more hands raised.
If there's no one else wishing to comment online, is there anyone present who would like to comment? If you would, please.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Rooney, Elizabeth Hartford. First, Happy New Year's, and second, congratulations to two new members that are elected. Oh, sorry. Should I start again? Does it? I'm not going to be that long. I'm Joe Rooney. I'm in Ardsley. Happy New Year and congratulations for the new members. I hope you all had a good Christmas. I'm I'm just kind of following up along the same line. Item number 2, and I have a question for you because I don't know the answer. Shouldn't if agenda item number 2 is posted, and the packet isn't listed online to reference it, shouldn't that contract be posted so the public can review it before it's voted on? So there's an opportunity to comment on it. That's a question to either Mr. Spiegelman or anybody, and you can answer it, I guess, or not. But I don't believe you should vote on something unless people have an opportunity to read it and then vote on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rooney. Is there anyone else present that would like to make public comment? If not, we'll move on to the new business and the election of officers. At this time, I'd like to open up nominations for the office of president. Mr. Spiegelman? Mr. Spiegelman?
Thank you, Mr. Manfredi. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna say, I hope everyone can hear me in the room. Happy New Year to one and all. I am truly sorry to not be able to be there with you in person. I was very much looking forward to seeing seeing half of everyone and to celebrating tonight's swearings in, especially the swearings in of two very dear friends. The first post-election and in-person swearing in of Commissioner Vaughn, and the welcoming of our brand new Commissioner Henry. So happy for both of you. Unfortunately, due to an understandable overabundance of caution after a possible COVID exposure, I am here at home instead of there. But honestly, that's kind of emblematic in a way of what the last 2 years have been like, I think, for all of us. 2 years ago, when Commissioner Hecker and I were entrusted with board leadership, I don't think there's a person alive who could have predicted what would happen only 2 months, not even 2 months later, and what all of our lives would be like for the ensuing almost 2 years and counting. All of that said, and all the disruption, all the changes in plans from maybe what we originally envisioned, I have to say that I lack the words to fully express how proud I am of what this board has accomplished over these last 2 years, and what our amazing township staff have accomplished, and frankly, what we've all done together, the township family that is our community, moving through the worst and most prolonged crisis that our community and our country have seen in many lifetimes. It's been quite a road. And now, after a very, I think for all of us, a very introspective time, this pandemic calamity, as I contemplate the next steps for myself in my own personal mission, I guess you could call it, of public service. The time has come now to pass along the gavel to board leadership that I trust as much as I trust anyone in this world, and moreover, a board leadership that I truly, truly hope, and I think we all hope and pray, will move us to a time that we can all refer to as post-pandemic. Just that phrase is a beautiful dream to which we all aspire. So with that, it is my great honor to nominate for the role of president one of the most capable people I know anywhere, and a true friend, Commissioner Thomas Hecker.
Second.
What is there? So we have a motion, and I'm hearing a second. Was that Mr. Rothman?
Yeah, man, I just wanted to have it on the record that I got to second President Hecker because I'm pretty darn excited about it. So I didn't even know if I was supposed to right there, but I figured I would shout it out. And I'll lower my hand now too.
There is a motion and a second. Are there any other nominations for president? Hearing none, is there a motion to close nominations?
I make a motion to close the nominations.
There's a motion to close
Second.
nomination. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Vahey, seconded. With that, call for the motion. All those in favor? Of Mr.
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Hecker, congratulations. You're next president of the Board of Commissioners.
I'll be brief, but before we get on to our business, I did want to take a moment to congratulate our new colleague, Commissioner Henry. Welcome to the board. Commissioner Vaughn, congratulations to you in winning your first election after being appointed. And congratulations to all of our re-elected colleagues. Your messages resonated with your residents, and you should be proud of your efforts. I know I am, and I look forward to the work ahead. I'm honored and humbled to have the faith and trust of my colleagues to serve in this capacity. And my promise to you is I won't let you down. We have important work in the coming year that will require our creative energies, our collegiality, and our collective commitment to one another and to a shared vision for a sustainable future. I am confident that together we will do good things for our residents. And finally, I must take a moment to thank my family, without whom I would not be here. Circumstances preclude them from being present, but they are here on Zoom this evening. And I want to acknowledge my amazing wife, Janella, our two young men, Dylan and Aiden, and my courageous mother, Carol, who is watching from Langhorne. And I'll say, I am also wearing my father's tie tonight. I wish he could be here to see this, but I'm deeply honored. And now let's move on with the meeting. Thank you. Okay. So our next item of business is nominations for the office of Vice President. So I will now open the floor. Commissioner Schreiber.
Thank you very much. I would like to nominate a friend of mine who I've known since 2004. We've known each other a long time, worked on many committees together, various boards. I know Matt Vahey to be a man of integrity, honesty, thinks things through, and I'm very honored to put his name into nomination.
So we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Are there any other nominations for Vice President? Do we have a motion to close the nominations?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. So the motion to close has been moved and seconded. All those in favor of Commissioner Vahey to become the next Vice President of the Board of Commissioners, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Commissioner Vahey. Come join me. Commissioner Vahey, before we move on, would you like to make any brief comments?
I would. Thank you for your support to serve as the board VP. As many of you know, my house caught on fire over the holidays. My family and I are so grateful and overwhelmed by the support we received from our community and from my fellow commissioners. During one of the most difficult moments of my life, I was surrounded by my family, neighbors, and two of my colleagues from this board. Those commissioners actually beat my parents. That support has continued to pour in over the past week, and I can't express how meaningful and important it has been to us. I also want to thank the Weldon Fire Company, who skillfully put out the fire and took great care to protect our possessions, including the Christmas presents. And I can't tell you the joy I experienced when I found that my grandfather's nativity scene, which I've had my entire life, was safeguarded in my living room and protected from the fire and suppression efforts. This whole experience, while incredibly difficult, reminds me how fortunate my family and I are to live in this township and in Glenside. It is with that enthusiasm for this community and my commitment to you, my colleagues, that I accept this new role to serve as Vice President of the board. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I hope to have a good 2 years working with all of you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Vice President Fahey.
Thank you.
Now we move on to agenda item 3, and this is a motion to adopt resolution number 22-001, appointing Richard J. Manfredi, Township Manager to the, oh wait, I missed, we have to approve your employment agreement first before you can become the Township Secretary, sorry. So this is a motion to approve the employment agreement by and between Richard J. Manfredi and the Township of Abington, Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, and I so move.
Second.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any comments or questions from commissioners in the room? Any comments or questions from commissioners on Zoom? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. We now move on to item 3. This is a motion to adopt resolution number 22-001, appointing Richard J. Manfredi, Township Manager, to the office of Township Secretary, and I so move.
Second.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Are there any comments or questions from commissioners in the room? Any questions from commissioners on Zoom? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 4 is a motion to adopt resolution number 22-002 to appoint Tara Waymeyer, Assistant Township Manager, to the office of Assistant Township Secretary, and I so move.
Second.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Are there questions or comments from commissioners here in the room? Any questions or comments from those on Zoom? And I'm realizing I'm starting to sound like Dr. Seuss, so I might need to switch that up. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion passes. We move on to item 5, and this is a motion to appoint Rudolph Clark as Township Solicitor at the fee schedule and related scope of services as outlined as submitted on December 22nd, 2021, and I so move.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from commissioners present here? From those on Zoom? Commissioner Bowman? Just have to unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Glad to have you. Just to respond to the speaker's ridiculous remarks earlier, we're so glad to have our solicitor and his firm giving us expert advice over these last few years. I've seen other solicitors, and he stands out as a top solicitor. Glad to have him back. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Bowman. Any further comments from those on Zoom? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. Thank you. We move on to item 6, and this is a motion to appoint J.W. Blumenthal to the position of Township Treasurer, and I so move.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Any comments or questions from those here in the room? Any of those of you on the Zoom webinar? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion passes. We move to item 7, and this is a motion to appoint Pannoni Associates as Township Engineer at the fee-for-service schedule by letter dated December 13th, 2021, and I so move.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Any comments or questions from those here in the room? Anyone on the webinar? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes. We move to item 8. This is a motion to appoint McMahon Associates Incorporated and Traffic Planning and Design Incorporated as alternate traffic engineers at the proposed rate schedules as submitted on their respective proposal letters dated December 23, 2021, and December 21, 2021. And I so move.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Any comments or questions from those present? From those on Zoom? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. Item 9, motion to appoint Atlas Technical Consultants, formerly BCM, and McMahon Associates Incorporated, to perform general engineering services at the proposed rate schedule as submitted on letters dated December 22nd, 2021, and December 23, 2021, and I so move.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Any comments or questions from those present? From those on Zoom? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes. Item 10, this is a motion to appoint Campbell Durant, PC, as Township Labor Counsel at the proposed rate schedule as submitted on letter dated December 20th, 2021, and I so move.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Any comments or questions from those in the room? Any comments from those on Zoom? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The motion passes. We move to item 11, motion to appoint Obermeyer as special counsel for industrial and economic development, general financing matters, and other special legal services as proposed in a letter dated December 21st, 2021, and I so move.
Second.
The matter has been moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? Anyone on Zoom have comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes. And our final matter of business this evening is a motion to adopt resolution number 22-003 to appoint Gregory Holt to the position of chairman of the vacancy board, and I so move.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Any comments or questions from those here in the room? Any comments from commissioners on the webinar? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes. My fellow colleagues, that concludes our formal agenda for this evening, and we will now adjourn. Thank you. We look forward to the year ahead.